The MP who got the biggest promotion in Bill English's first cabinet reshuffle is Alfred Ngaro. The second-term MP has gone straight into cabinet from the backbench and is the only new minister inside cabinet. Mr Ngaro is now the Minister for Pacific Peoples, Minister for the Community and Voluntary Sector, Associate Minister for Children and Associate Minister for Social Housing. I asked the first Cook Islander to be elected to Parliament if he saw his elevation coming.
I was really fortunate that our Prime Minister called me yesterday morning, late morning, and asked me to become a minister. So it's just humbled, but really looking forward to the opportunity.
And you had no idea before that, no hints from Mr English?
No. In fact, he was quite adamant that don't call me, I'll call you.
And you've got quite a handful there of portfolios. I guess the one that's really been in the news a lot, in the spotlight this year, is social housing. What are your ideas to fix some of the many problems there?
So one of the things that I know that I've been, in fact it was only just a couple of weeks ago, I was with the Honourable Paula Bennett, now the Deputy Prime Minister, and we're out in Newland, West Auckland, and just saw some of the work that was happening. So it's the collaboration work with both developers and also to the construction team and the community housing providers, the NGO sector. To me, that's the model going forward. It's a collaboration of those key stakeholders making a difference. So community comes in, the government, the NGOs, and our developers as well. And I think collectively what we saw on that morning was, again, there was about 14 to 15 new units, families who were just really appreciative to have a warm, dry home, an opportunity to raise their families. So to me, it's that collaboration approach. I'm keen to put my support as an Associate Minister to that work under the leadership of the Honourable Amy Adams.
Do you accept that there is a housing crisis?
Oh, look, I mean, we've been, we've seen it, the challenges that are out there. I always tell the people that, the Chinese interpretation of crisis, from what I've been told, is called opportunity. So while we know that the challenges are there, we know at the end of the day it's around supply. We've got to get more houses built. We've got to provide the wraparound services, for our families as well. And so to me, it's pragmatic, it's practical. Let's just get on and make this happen.
So with that opportunity there, are you saying that, conceding there is a housing crisis, that you will be one of the people helping to deal with it?
Yeah, I'm acknowledging that there is a huge challenge for us, and it's complex. It's not going to happen overnight, but it is type of work and the initiatives that we're taking that I've seen as of last week as well, with the Honourable Paula Bennett, and seeing the difference that it's making. And look, we're seeing that community housing providers are putting up their hand. They're saying, look, this is the role that we can play. Some of them have different skill sets and experiences that their government can't provide, but they can provide, whether it be for mental health or it could be respite care. There are a variety of different with Kaumātua flats and units. So to me, that's the sort of work that I think is making a difference. Matanikolo, which is in South Auckland, you've got a church, for instance, a Tongan church group who, are asset rich but cash poor, saw the opportunity to be able to work with government to be able to provide housing that was much needed for their community, and now they've just seen the benefits from that. So to me, that's the sort of challenge that we have ahead of us, and just really keen to be part of the team.
You have another role as Minister for Pacific Peoples. What is the biggest issue facing Pacific people in New Zealand?
Well, I think one of the biggest challenges is that sometimes the stigma that often gets associated. So everyone likes to read all the things that go wrong about sometimes our Pacifica people, but we don't like to sort of talk about the things that go well. And yet I think that we've got a great story to tell. I can see that some of the successes, and one of the biggest focuses, one of the strongest focuses for our Pacifica families is education. When we look at the way that both our achievement levels, NZCA for instance for level 2, for our Pacifica has increased, and so we're now at about 65-75% for NZCA level 2, your base threshold level to be able to go into any forms of tertiary training. And then you look at your retention and your completion rates, so it's either going into tertiary or university. Those have increased as well. To me, that's a great result. That's the sort of thing that I think we need to continue on. So education is the key focus. The other one I think that's really important is that we still don't have enough of our Pacifica involved in small to medium enterprises. So SMEs make up 70% of our economy here in New Zealand. And we've got a very small percentage. I don't know the numbers, but I know that what I've been told is that we need to increase and encourage more of our Pacifica into the small to medium enterprises to be able to grow their influence and also to allow that prosperity to return back into our communities as well.
That was new Cabinet Minister Alfred Ngaro.